There's nothing.
Thank you, son.
Like, get over here, man!
Another day, another Cartoon Network show that's not actually going to Cartoon Network. We just got a brand new update on the upcoming Scooby-Doo anime, now titled Yokoso Scooby-Doo, and it actually sounds pretty nuts. Not just because it's going to be an actual anime, but because of where it's heading in the United States. Something that highlights what the future of Cartoon Network really looks like, and it's not just all in one place. And before we dive in, if you end up enjoying the video, please throw it a like and subscribe to the roundtable with notifications on so you can stay in the loop of all things animation. Where do we even begin with this news? Because there is so much that fascinates me. I mean, just read this headline. Yokoso Scooby-Doo anime series lands at Tubi, starring Matthew Lillard and Frank Welker in main voice roles. Yeah, Tubi, the free streaming service that just rescued a bunch of Cartoon Network, Warner Bros, and Hanna-Barbera shows. Turns out they're getting some new stuff too, which I think is both pretty hype and a little concerning, but let's continue reading. Zoinks! Scooby-Doo is going anime. Tubi has acquired the new animated series Yokoso Scooby-Doo, which means Welcome Scooby-Doo, which focuses on Scooby-Doo and Shaggy and stars Scooby-Doo voice regulars Frank Welker and Matthew Lillard as the two main voice roles. Yokoso Scooby-Doo is the first original anime Scooby-Doo series and is produced by Warner Bros. Animation. Tubi has exclusive rights to the series in North America, while Cartoon Network will run it internationally. So this is just like Gumball and Adventure Time Side Quest. Side Quest we just put a video out on the other day, so go check that out if you haven't already. But it's clear that when it comes to animation, Warner Bros. Discovery wants to diversify in the United States. Cartoon Network and HBO Max can have all the shows they want overseas. But in the United States, the heart of where the streaming wars are happening, they're taking a different approach. And that's because over here in America, animation didn't really work out for HBO Max. Sure, they have the Adult Swim catalog and hits like Rick and Morty, but they really struggled with getting audiences to check out Cartoon Network's catalog, aside from the usual suspects like Regular Show and Adventure Time, and they struggled with getting people to watch their original animated content. Infinity Train, The Fungies, Tig and Seek, Fired on Mars, the list goes on. The only animated original they put out on Max that seemed to get a lot of love was Fiona and Cake, and even then, season 2 was extremely divisive, and now a third season feels more like wishful thinking than a guarantee. Though that's more on season 2 not making the waves that season 1 did, as opposed to season 2 just being controversial. If it was controversial but got even greater numbers, that'd be a different story, but audiences seem to be a lot more critical of it, along with there being less eyes on it all around. And when they put these shows on Max, there's no guaranteed profit. The profit solely relies on streaming subscriptions, which is why they've begun to diversify and sell their shows to different streaming services, because by selling them, they're inherently making money. It does put the future of those shows in the hands of the streaming services buying them, but overall, it seems like they're finding this to be a much more ideal practice. Gumball and Adventure Time over on Hulu, Regular Show and maybe Fiona and Cake over on Max, while at least Regular Show also hits Hulu. Amazon Prime has Steven Universe Lars of the Stars, along with Batman Cape Crusader, and now Tubi has the Scooby-Doo anime. I actually really dig the idea of Tubi getting new series that are based off older properties. Like a new Scooby-Doo show heading to Tubi makes sense. A Scooby-Doo anime heading to Tubi just sounds crazy, and absolutely gives Tubi as a service a lot more value. I champion Tubi getting a lot of new shows because it's free, it's just ad supported, making it extremely accessible, way more than any other streaming service. So there's actually a pretty solid chance that a lot of people will be tapped into this anime if it's good. But if I'm being honest, a part of me is worried that it's going to Tubi, because that makes me wonder, did nowhere else want it? Did Netflix, Hulu, and Prime take a look at this anime and go, we're good, but Tubi was all for it? Because if that's the case, what made them say no? I don't want this to be a stinker, y'all. I really want this to be good. But let's keep reading. Scooby-Doo is one of the most beloved franchises in entertainment, and Yokoso Scooby-Doo lets us reinvent in a way fans haven't seen before, said Tubi Chief Content Officer Adam Lewinson in a statement. By bringing Scooby and Shaggy into a bold anime world set in Japan, we're connecting with global fandoms and delivering the kind of fun, chaotic mystery that travels across generations. As we grow our animation slate, this is exactly our brand of fan-first storytelling. Familiar, surprising, and unmistakably Tubi. So again, Tubi seems very hype about this show, and I can easily see why. They're getting a brand new cartoon from Warner Bros. Animation. But let's keep it moving. Here's the logline. While visiting Japan on the ultimate foodie adventure, classic, Scooby-Doo and Shaggy unwittingly unleash hundreds of mythical monsters that are causing trouble across the country. With the help of Scooby's uncle, Daisuke-Doo, along with new friends, a magical girl Yume and gadget whiz Takumi, the group embarks in an all-new mystery filled with monster chasing and fun chaos. So this synopsis ain't that different from when we first heard about this project a couple of years ago when it was still known as Go-Go Mystery Machine. It reminds me a lot of the 13 Ghosts of Scooby-Doo, but with an anime aesthetic. It's both a throwback while offering something new. I really dig it. Welker has been the voice of Scooby-Doo for more than 2 decades, and has been a part of the Scooby-Doo franchise from the beginning, as the voice of Fred Jones when Scooby-Doo Where Are You premiered in 1969. Lillard played Shaggy in the live-action Scooby-Doo films, and has since voiced the character in multiple animated series. That's my GOAT! This is the first anime Scooby-Doo, but not the first adventure in Japan for the characters. The 2009 direct-to-video film, Scooby-Doo and the Samurai Sword, took place in the country. Welcome to Mystery Inc., Tubi, said Warner Bros. Animation, Cartoon Network Studios, Hanna-Barbera Studios. Your president, Sam Register, said in a statement. Damn, Sam, how many more animation studios are you gonna collect like Infinity Stones? We're excited to partner on this next chapter as we push the Scooby-Doo franchise forward with its first ever original anime series. Alongside the amazing artists at OLM, we'll unmask a new batch of mysteries, signature hijinks, and of course, plenty of Scooby snacks, all brought to life through the dynamic artistry of anime. I saw these real-life Scooby-Doo snacks the other day that looked fucking humongous. Where does one acquire these? Someone please sound off in the comments, I need to know. Yokoso Scooby-Doo will be directed by Itsuro Kawasaki, while Francisco Paredes is co-producer. OLM in Japan will provide production services, while Warner Bros. Animation is producer. Now this is what makes it an actual anime, as opposed to something like My Adventures with Superman, that has the faux anime art style, but ultimately follows the American pipeline, and is thus Western animation through and through. While Warner Bros. Animation is producing Yokoso Scooby-Doo, OLM Inc. in Japan is animating it. They've done Pokemon, Yokai Watch, The Good Berserk, and many more. And this is a very good step in the right direction if you ask me. They see animes popping off, and instead of continuing to emulate the art style and storytelling, they're making sure that this one is as authentic as possible. Let's just hope the animation's pretty solid and not just, you know, kind of a slideshow or mid, but let's be honest, it'll probably be average at best. I'm not expecting Scooby-Doo Sakuga, but I would love to eat my words. Like, please make me eat my words. Please have this have incredible animation that blows us all away. And if this ends up being a success, who knows? Maybe we can get a proper Ben 10 anime. That's the direction most fans want the franchise to go in anyway, because you know, they all grew up to love anime. But yeah, that's all we really have for this video. I just think it's crazy that one, Tubi is getting brand new Cartoon Network shows ads. If this was even 5 years earlier, this would have aired on Cartoon Network on TV. But hey, times have changed, and I can't really complain because it's gonna be way more accessible. And again, I'm pretty stoked that this is an actual anime. People might say that, oh, well, it was written in America, and so it's not really anime, because I know they try to pull that with the Scott Pilgrim anime, but I don't subscribe to that notion. That's just me. And if you feel differently, then well, let's get a conversation going in the comments down below. And you can keep it rolling over on Twitter and Instagram at AllStrickVox and at Roundtable Vids. Support us over on Patreon for just $1. And if you enjoyed this video, please throw it a like and subscribe to the Roundtable with notifications on so you never miss a video. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have an awesome day. Peace!
What we do here is go back.
Need something to throw on while you draw, study, or sleep? Roundtable Rewind's got you covered. So why not take a stroll down memory lane and subscribe?
No one can tell me what to do.
See you there. Craving something new in the indie scene?
Well, if you're all gonna be such critics, why don't you suggest a better one?
It's great to have so many serialized comedy dramas, but what if we just went all in on the laughs and feel good vibes?
Move on up out of my way. I have something gotta do today. Got no time for all your games.
But I like the way you like to play. You sure you're having a moment to pay some mind to someone who could spend some time with you one day?
Right right now. My homie Toonrific Tariq is funding the pilot for his adult animated romance comedy. Hey, it's shaping up to be one of the most unique shows in the indie scene.
That's what everybody wants, a straight couple.
You can be a part of animation history by heading to the Kickstarter and becoming a backer by June 10th, 2026. The Kickstarter page also gives you the 411 on the show, the characters, the crew, and more. Check it out by clicking the link in the description.
I want to create a show that the culture is proud to call its own. I want to create Hey, and I want you to help.
Adults love it.